She had it all: a great job, a good man, but she wanted more. When she left him for someone who seemed like the perfect guy, she never expected her life to spiral into fear, obsession, and survival. One mistake, one wrong man, and it cost her everything. Leah Vaugh is a successful lobbyist. She dedicates her days to crafting strategies for passing legislation and spends her nights worrying about her personal life. At 36, she feels time is slipping away. She wants to start a family, get married, and have children. She has been in a relationship with her boyfriend, Dave, for 2 years now. Dave is a good man, kind, thoughtful, and well-liked by her friends. However, he does not share her desire to settle down or have children. His reasoning? He believes marriage causes people to resent one another. His parents had a toxic relationship, everyone breathed when they ended it, and all 3 of his siblings are divorced. He doesn't want to end up resenting Leah. After realizing that he will not change his mind, Leah ends the relationship. Shortly afterward, she meets Carter Duncan, an IT security expert. He is attractive, charming, and appears genuinely caring. Most importantly, he wants the same things she does: a family and children. At last, Leah feels she has met the perfect man. She introduces Carter to her friends, and he wins them over. She later invites him to meet her parents. He charms them as well. But as the saying goes, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. On their way home from her parents' house, Carter stops at a gas station. While Leah waits in the car, a man approaches and makes a sarcastic comment about the vehicle, asking if he could take a picture with it. Without warning, Carter returns and violently assaults the man, whacking him in the face repeatedly and kicking him senseless. It took the shop attendant firing a warning shot to stop him, shocking Leah. It's as though he suddenly became a different person. Sensing her discomfort, Carter insists that he has never behaved like that before. But for Leah, the damage is done. She is nothing if not decisive. She ends the relationship, but Carter does not take the rejection well. He begins stalking her, calling persistently even after she changes her number. He uses her spare key to enter her home, install surveillance devices, and even kidnaps her cat. Leah reports him to the police, but Detective Hansen informs her that Carter has not committed any prosecutable offense yet. When Carter eventually leaves her a threatening message on her car, the authorities issue a restraining order against him. After taking time to reflect, Dave has a change of heart. He reaches out to Leah and expresses his desire to reconcile. He is now ready to commit, get married, and start a family if she is willing to take him back. While Leah and Dave are having dinner at a restaurant, Carter suddenly appears. Leah wants to leave, but Dave stands his ground and confronts him. Carter provokes the situation, which escalates into a confrontation. However, when questioned by the police, Carter claims he was simply in a public place and had no idea Leah was there. He insists he was the one harassed. One night, as Carter attempts to install more surveillance equipment at Leah's house, Mrs. McCarthy, Leah's elderly neighbor and self-appointed neighborhood watch, catches him in the act. Sensing trouble, she tries to flee, but Carter grabs her and violently shoves her down the stairs. Unaware of what has happened, Leah and Dave return home. They enjoy a romantic evening, bathing together and later, making love, completely unaware that Carter is inside the house, hidden under the bed, observing them intently. He stares at them with disturbing intensity before quietly slipping away. The next morning, Leah gives Dave a gift, a wristwatch she had bought for him before their breakup. She explains that she couldn't return it because it had already been engraved. Dave promises he will never take it off. Later that day, while out for a jog, Leah spots posters with her picture and a notice about her missing cat. She's convinced Carter is behind them, suggesting he may know something about the pet's disappearance. Detective Hansen updates her with a disturbing discovery. Carter Duncan is not his real name. Before 2003, he was Robert Adam. He changed it in 2003, legally. While it may not be a crime, the detective believes Carter is more than just an obsessive ex-boyfriend. When Leah returns home, she finds police officers outside Mrs. McCarthy's residence. Her daughter, who is out of town, had called for help after being unable to reach her mother. The officers inform Leah that Mrs. McCarthy has been dead for about a week. Leah is deeply saddened and ashamed. She realizes she had not been a good neighbor. The following day, Leah goes to work. She notices her colleagues acting strangely around her. She's soon called into a boardroom meeting where she receives devastating news. A private recording of her intimate moment with Dave has been leaked. As a result, she is suspended from work. She decides to wait until Dave returns from a business trip in Malibu to tell him the news in person. Meanwhile, Carter follows Dave to Malibu. There, he tampers with the tires on Dave's car. The sabotage leads to a fatal accident. Carter ensures Dave will not survive. That night, Leah falls asleep, unknowingly waiting for a man who will never return. A knock at the door awakens her. It's the police. Their visit confirms her worst fears. Dave has died in a car accident. Later, she notices something chilling. The wristwatch she had gifted Dave, the one he promised never to ever take off, is now sitting on her bedside table. She is convinced that Carter was involved in Dave's death, and that he entered her home to return the watch. Detective Hansen explains that although Carter is likely responsible, they lack the evidence to charge him. The police do discover surveillance equipment inside Leah's home, but there are no signs of forced entry. Leah informs Hansen that Carter was with him once when she had to use her spare keys after locking herself, so he knows where she hides it. Despite this, the authorities insist that without evidence directly linking Carter to the crime, they cannot proceed with an arrest. Nevertheless, the police attempt to push forward. They bring Carter in for questioning, hoping to provoke him into revealing something incriminating. They try to exploit his insecurities and past behavior, but Carter remains calm and composed. He gives them nothing. Meanwhile, Leah receives a disturbing suicide note, one that appears to be written by her. She immediately reports it to the police, suspecting Carter is behind it. However, once again, they tell her they cannot prove he sent it. Over coffee, Detective Hansen shares advice on how she can protect herself. He tells her a story about a friend who had once faced a similar threat, and how that person had dealt with it. Though he doesn't directly encourage retaliation, his words give Leah something to think about. Determined to take control, she buys herself a shotgun. She plans not just to defend herself, but to turn the tables. She begins to provoke Carter, interrupting one of his dates and embarrassing him publicly. Now, the roles are reversed. The hunter has become the hunted. Leah breaks into Carter's home. Inside, she finds disturbing evidence, photos of herself all over his table, and her missing cat. However, she's unable to access his computer. Frustrated, she destroys his surveillance equipment and leaves behind a bold message, taunting him. Enraged and feeling cornered, Carter goes to Leah's home. But Leah is prepared. She sets a trap and ambushes him. In the confrontation, she hesitates, giving him a chance to attack. She fights back fiercely, slashing him with a knife and knocking him down. Then she grabs her shotgun. Just as the detective had once described, she fires 2 non-lethal shots, warning him. But Carter doesn't stop. With no other choice, Leah fires a third and final shot, this time aimed to kill. Carter collapses with a look of shock on his face before falling still. Leah reports the shooting to the police. After an investigation, the incident is ruled as self-defense. She had fired 2 warning shots before using lethal force. In the end, Leah survived and ended Carter's reign of terror for good. Leah learned the hard way. She traded a good man for what looked like perfection, but found herself trapped in a nightmare. In the end, it wasn't love, it was survival. Sometime, the devil you know is safer than the angel you don't. And hey ladies, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.